I guess real quick, we could wrap up with this and then call it a day. But yeah, so Gary Gensler, we already knew he was out at the SEC. He is done by January the 20th. I think that will be when he's done, whenever Donald Trump is sworn in as the next president of the United States. That's an interesting day, actually. I just realized that day is a Monday. It's MLK Day, and then it's also the College Football National Championship game, I believe.
Oh, yeah?
I think. Yeah, all on that day. So very interesting stuff. Where was I going with this? Oh, so Gensler is gone, and now we have Donald Trump officially announcing that Paul Atkins is going to be named the new SEC commissioner. And I'll be honest here, I'm a little... Oh, okay, here. Did I send you the Trump tweet? I think I did, that we could share. If not, I'll send it again right now.
You didn't?
Okay, let me send it right now. I don't know if I did or not. Actually, excuse me, it wasn't a tweet. It was a truth on Truth Social. So Trump announces Paul Atkins. So maybe we can get a little background on him here. He says, I am delighted to announce the nomination of Paul Atkins to be the next chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Paul is a proven leader for common sense regulations. He believes in the promise of robust, innovative capital markets that are responsive to the needs of investors and that provide capital to make our economy the best in the world. He also recognizes that digital assets and other innovations are crucial to making America greater than ever before. I do think that's interesting that he did include that in his write-up, because he could have just ignored anything about crypto. So that's cool. He goes on to say, Paul is the CEO and founder of Potomac, I don't know, Global Partners, a risk management consultancy, as co-chairman of the Digital Chambers Token Alliance. And since 2017, he has worked on and studied the digital assets industry. So he's been directly involved, which Gensler was in the past as well. We've seen old MIT speeches of him.
Yeah.
He says, a former SEC commissioner from 2002 to 2008. I didn't know that. Paul strongly advocated for transparency and protecting investors. He earned a JD from Vanderbilt University School of Law and his AB from Wofford College, summa cum laude, blah, blah, blah. Congratulations to Paul and his wife, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, there you go. So apparently, and look, I'm not somebody, we've done this before with like legislators and stuff like this. I'm not going to just take the bait on this and be like, hey, everything's going to be good now. This guy's going to be pro crypto. He'll go ahead and get the RH case dismissed. And like, I'm not naive enough to think those kind of things. And hey, Trump himself has been duped by people before. He, extensively with Joe Rogan illustrated how all these people were in his ear recommending all these folks for jobs back in 2016. And maybe it was Trump's own dumb fault. I don't know. But whoever's fault it was, he hired all these people that ended up being shysters, essentially. So I don't think that's what we're going to get here. Obviously, Trump has more experience at this point. So this sounds good. But what do you make of this overall? It certainly looks good.
Well, it looks good. I know nothing about the guy. I don't know anything other than what you just read as far as his background goes. And yeah, I mean, Gensler was at MIT talking about how Ethereum wasn't a security, and then look at the flip flop that he did, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the bad thing is politicians can be bought, and depends on who is whispering in their ear, kind of thing, to see which way they lean. Hopefully you're right that Trump has gained some knowledge and some, knowing how to feel people out, knowing how to kind of get people that aren't going to turn their back on what they claimed that they were going to do and then turn around and do something completely different. So yeah, I don't know anything about this, but it sounds promising. It's going to be a let's wait and see, and that's all we can really do. I don't know if you saw the, what was his name? Tom Emmert. I sent you the speech that he gave, kind of ushering Gary out the door. And he seemed very promising on this guy. So, there's a positive, somebody that we know has been in our corner, at least,
right.
Fighting for some transparency anyway, speaking highly of him. So, that is good to hear. And hope he does a good job. I mean, I hope they get rid of a lot of these cases that are just nonsensical and a waste of taxpayer dollars. And yeah, go after the people that are hurting people. I don't know if you saw Mashensky took a plea deal today, up to 30 years, which I guarantee he doesn't get anything close to that. But that's the maximum sentence for him. And, you know, I hope a lot of these people that have hurt people financially, I hope they start going after them instead of the ones that are only trying to make things better. So,
yeah, Mashinsky definitely a legitimate scammer, and it's usually guys like him that are calling out Richard Hart for being a scammer because they actually in turn are scamming. So it will be interesting. I mean, all we really want from the SEC is just leave us alone. Just leave Brittany alone. Just leave the industry alone. And I think that's, Trump obviously is saying a lot of pro crypto things. He highlights this guy's pro crypto stances and experience in crypto and stuff like that. That doesn't necessarily mean a lot to me, but as long as he is just more so hands off and not interested in, I think one thing Tom Emmer said in that was the whole, I'm paraphrasing, but just, authority by force or whatever, or basically the whole thing they do where they throw a bunch of shit at the wall, sees what sticks and just sues everybody, doesn't work. So I think Emmer is definitely right about that. And either way, if you'd have told us 6 months ago that this is where we're at with this corrupt government agency, we would be very happy about it. Gensler is gone and we got a Trump appointed guy in there now. So it's good. I don't think anything, and Nuclear Herbs has even said this, I don't think anything is going to change with the Richard Hart case or anything like that. Who knows? I mean, maybe we do get those attorneys, and this is just totally me talking out of my ass, but maybe the SEC attorneys do put up even less of a fight than they already are because the writing's kind of on the wall. Right. And hopefully we just get a favorable judgment from Judge Carroll here, soon. It's already been about 5 weeks almost. So, I don't know if you have any.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we get any kind of judgment until, I think it'll be wise to wait until the new leadership takes over. That's the last thing you want to do is start a case, have people that are reporting to certain people halfway through get thrown out or not thrown out, but they have to change who they're reporting to. And I just think it makes sense to wait until that happens for either decision, whether it be now, unless it gets thrown out, unless she decides that there is no jurisdiction and doesn't want to continue it, that could be done at any time. Right. But if not, I think there will be a decision to at least wait until the new folks come in before anything kind of continues.
Yeah. Yep, I think that is likely what she will do. So either way, good news all around on the SEC front. And that is definitely good. Sorry, my monitor is frozen right now and I can't get over. There we go. Over to StreamYard. Thank you, Johnny. Regulation by enforcement. So